Okay, I didn't do a video on taking this thing apart um, because I promise you there is a million videos here on YouTube about how to take this thing apart. The only thing I did was take it apart and I cleaned it, fixed the fuel line, and I figured out why the thing wouldn't start. The biggest problem with this saw is that the impulse line came off the back of the carb cradle, which is underneath here. I know, right? There's no outlet for the carb. It's built into the carb cradle, which is crazy. But like your intake boot comes through the flange where the bolt you slide your carburetor on. Over here on this side, there's a little teeny tiny impulse hole. Who knew, right? I blacked it out for him. I didn't want to do anything with the case. I didn't want to paint it or anything because it's actually getting really, really nice shape. I did do a muffler mod on it. There's a couple baffles in it that you can take out. A lot of people just buy those West Coast the outlets, and they just put them on the saw itself, which is okay. But right here on the side, and like I said, there's a million videos on how to do this. Right there's a screw. You pull the screen out, the spark arrestor screen, and on that there's just random holes drilled into it. So I took a Dremel and I cut it all the way out, and I slid a screen in it because there wasn't a screen in it. I went back here to the back where the actual outlet is right here in the exhaust itself. It's back here on this side, and all I did was widen the hole out so it gets more airflow to come out. So after putting it back together, it's actually pretty easy. Like I said, I just blacked it out for him. I didn't want to go and paint the case, like I said, because the case is in really good shape. It's not scratched all to pieces or anything like that. I added the Stihl sticker to it, but I bought him a custom sticker to put right here underneath this, and it's going to say Ripper. I don't know why, I just thought it would be cool to add that to the saw. I didn't change anything to the cylinder other than trying to direct some more flow in the cylinder. That was totally it. I didn't do anything else, because I know if you're going to actually build one of these saws to make it a ripper, like make it a good ripper, you take a 020 cylinder and you drop it on this saw. Has better airflow, and the transfers, it's just one big huge transfer. It's not dual transfer. From watching a couple of channels here on YouTube, I've learned a lot about this saw, and I really like this little thing. Just because it's actually pretty easy to work on. Now, as far as like doing any kind of port work to it, like I said, the only thing I did was direct some more airflow. I cleaned the exhaust port out because it was pretty bad. The intake, all I did was rough it up. I didn't do any kind of porting whatsoever to it. I just roughed it up just to give it some, disperse for the fuel air mixture to come out. But that's it. That's all I done to the saw, and I put it back together. It took me a couple hours to figure out why it wasn't starting. I was like, wait a minute, there's something wrong. So I took the car back off of it, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't have the impulse hooked up. So I figured out after a couple of hours why. Then plugged it back up, put some fuel in this thing. I cranked on this thing for a couple of minutes before it would even start. I honestly don't know why, honestly. But then whenever it did start, it was rough sounding. You could tell this saw hadn't been ran in a little while. But it does sound pretty good. It does have a better sound to it, I think. No, I'm not going to start it up because I don't want to. To be honest with you. He showed me these big old dogs. He got this from an actual Stihl dealer, but you can buy these on eBay for like $11, and they will fit on this saw. They'll fit on a few other saws like 201T. I honestly think that dog itself would fit on a 09, a 10, 11, and a 12. I really do. I really do think these would fit on there, just because of the way it's shaped. If I had a 09 dog, I would show you guys, but I don't know where it's at. But I think it looks pretty good. It turned out pretty good. It was my first one. I like it. It's unique. It's different. And I know a lot of people black them out. They completely paint them and everything. Paint them different colors. I just like the orange and black together. I think it looks good on a Stihl. I tell you what other color, like a slime green, looks really good on a Stihl. I've never seen anybody do that to a Husqvarna. But I've blacked out a Husqvarna, so I know what they look like. I mean, I think they look evil. But that's it for this video. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I didn't film any of it taking it apart or anything like that. But them dogs are nasty. This is paint. It's a paint marker. It's not a sticker. It's a paint marker. Just like over here on this side. That's paint marker. You can buy them off eBay for like a couple bucks. There's like a plethora of colors. The Stihl stickers, you can buy them on eBay too for like a couple bucks. But if you buy like more than one, you get a better deal. But till the next video, you guys have a wonderful day.